Instead of focusing on winning arguments, we're teaching the basic fundamentals of sales and marketing and how we can use them to win in the world of politics, teaching you how to meet people where they're at on the issues they care about. Welcome to The Brian Nichols Show. Well, happy Thursday there, folks. Brian Nichols here on The Brian Nichols Show, and thank you for joining us on, of course, another fun-filled episode. I am, as always, your humble host, coming to you from the Stratus IP studios here in lovely Eastern Indiana. Don't let cyber attacks or old technology slow your company down. Learn more at stratusip.net or schedule a consultation at briannicholsshow.com/StratusIP. Stratus IP, business technology simplified. Folks, thank you for joining us on, of course, as I always say, a fun-filled episode. Now, today it's going to be even more fun-filled because it's just going to be you and me. Namely, because we had some scheduling snafus, and that's okay. So instead, I want to focus on how do we overcome the political status quo. And specifically, we want to talk about, in this case, apathy, I believe. Because I think when we're looking at who should be our target market, it's folks who have kind of just gone along to get along. They really haven't been involved in the political game. So how do we get them involved? And that's what we're going to talk about today. I think I have 4 steps that we can implement to help go ahead and make sure we are, in fact, getting folks to get out of their status quo. But first, we're going to go ahead and give a shout out to the amazing folks over at Young Americans for Liberty. Now, folks, they're currently recruiting campaign field staff to help elect pro-liberty candidates across the country, and they're doing this as part of Operation Win at the Door. And we've had many Young Americans for Liberty reps here on the program and representatives from the show. Please, if you have not had the chance to go check out those awesome episodes. But to the point, why Young Americans for Liberty? Well, these principled candidates who are running as members of Young Americans for Liberty are dedicated to fighting for gun rights, keeping our troops home, parental rights and education, criminal justice reform, ending our senseless spending, and of course, many other winning liberty policies. And of course, I'm saying the word winning because I mean it. Their work speaks for itself. These are the guys and gals that help pass constitutional carry here in my new home state of Indiana, but also in states like Texas and Alabama. They've helped fight the lockdowns every step of the way. Thank goodness. We need more folks like that. And they did this all while helping make liberty win. So if you want to help make a difference and get liberty candidates elected across the country and be a part of the fight that actually helps make an impact in our insane political climate in 2022, well, here, you can join one of these campaigns now through November 8th. Gas is covered, housing fully provided for, and you'll be compensated a total of $2,800 per month for your work on the campaign trail. Sound interesting? Head to briannicholsshow.com/YAL to apply and make a real change in this country today. That's briannicholsshow.com/YAL. Let's make liberty win. One more time, briannicholsshow.com/YAL. All right, folks, so we're going to start things off. 4 steps to get people to move away from their political status quo or apathy. And number 1, that is, first, we have to define our audience, define our target market. And we have to first understand, what does this status quo look like for them in that specific community, but also, if it's the world of apathy, why are they apathetic? And this is something we forget sometimes. We have to understand the reasons why people have gotten to where they are today. For example, if you're going into a new sale, let's say, you're sitting down doing a discovery appointment with your prospect, you want to understand, number 1, where they got to with their current solution, let's say. So let's say you're selling a phone system. You might want to uncover what were the things that led them to buy that phone system in the first place. Was it the financials? Was it something that the feature set it had? Was it something that leadership really, really liked? You want to uncover those things because then you can focus on that when you're trying to uncover means to get them to make a switch in the future. So when we're trying to uncover what got people to become apathetic, well, how can we help them when they're moving to a new solution, avoid the maybe pathways that brought them to apathy, right? We can help address the things that brought them that way by showing them we have some real solutions. But then also looking at the political status quo. We don't want necessarily folks who are, rah-rah GOP, rah-rah DNC, but rather we want folks who maybe they're kind of they're like, hey, the political system's broken. It is what it is. And they've embraced this kind of just mentality of it being a status quo, right? How do we overcome that? And it is uncovering number two. This goes to number two, a common thread that we have that unifies that audience. It's important for us to build coalitions. You might find that there's a specific topic. Maybe it's taxes or healthcare, inflation, lockdown, school choice. We go through the bucket list of items that we can go through and talk about. But we have to figure out what is that unifying principle, the unifying value that we will go back to. And this is important when we're also looking to who we're speaking to, back to the defining of our audience. Because when you look at number one, the defining of our audience, it has to be related likely on the common thread, because behind that common thread are those common values that your audience will share. So, when we're looking at the common values, right? When we're going and we're trying to figure out who should we spend our time speaking to, I firmly believe we should go to those folks who are already on board with us on some of the issues that we are really good on, and frankly are issues that matter to them. So let's say, for example, right now, top of mind issues, the economy, inflation, impact of cost of living. You go to your parents, school choice, parental rights and education, getting the woke nonsense out of our school's curriculum. And please stop gaslighting me. A lot of you libertarians out there who are like, CRT's not real, and if it is, it's great. That you gotta stop with that, because I remember growing up in New York State having examples like that. You go to the test and you're reading the question, it's like, Sally has 4 dads. It's like, okay, wait, why is that pertinent to this math equation? It's not, right? But they're just trying to incorporate a narrative and a mindset into the norm and making things normal. And that goes to why there are so many folks in that specific area, for example, who are motivated to get their kids either out of the government schools or at the very least try their very darndest to get the funding to follow the students and not towards those systems that are so corrupted, especially at the administrative level. And don't even get me started in terms of the gobbledygook that they push into the curriculum. So yeah, we have a core group of folks that we can spend a lot less time, energy, and effort in going after because they are already a warm audience. So number one and number two, the defining of your audience, but also finding that common thread really do go hand in hand, which is why I've spent so much time on them. And by the way, this stuff right here, folks, if you're having trouble, if you're running for office, let's say, or if you're thinking about running for office, or heck, let's even say you're in your business and you're having trouble defining who your audience is, your target market. Well, no worries. I have a great chance for you not only to amplify your message where your voters are, but also where your customers are spending their time. Here, Right Strategies. They're going to specialize in the unique challenges of both running political campaigns for you, as well as you small business owners who are looking help in the digital landscape. With a proven track record of helping clients win both their elections, but also help grow their businesses using smart, strategic digital marketing, Right Strategies is the perfect partner for you to help reach your campaign or business goals. With their expert team, they'll help you save time and money while amplifying your message to help you win your elections and help win in the marketplace. And also, they have an amazing SMS texting strategy that will help you receive efficient, affordable, and smart means to help focus your marketing budget by reaching thousands of voters and customers, helping you make a powerful impact on the outcome of those elections and also your business growth. From social media management to expert graphic design work to marketing your product or campaign, or heck, even focusing on helping you build brand awareness, Right Strategies can help put together a plan that's going to make sense for your goals and do so within your budget. If you want to learn more about how Right Strategies can help you in your elections grow your business, head to briannicholsshow.com/RS and you can get your free, I said free, campaign or marketing plan report card. And of course, be sure to let Morgan and her team over at Right Strategies know that I sent you. Again, it's briannicholsshow.com/RS, amplifying your message where voters and customers spend their time. Right Strategies, briannicholsshow.com/RS. S. All right, number 3, identify what's important to them. This goes kind of right into the common thread, but now what we're doing is we're attaching meaning, right? You're not just trying to figure out what's important, but also why it's important. And maybe I should even preface that it's identify what and why. I'll even put that in my notes here because that's a great clarifier. Because at the end of the day, you want to understand why it is that your solution means something to your prospect, or in this case, your voter, let's say. And if you're not able to connect the meaning of what this new solution, this new idea, this political philosophy actually means to your end user. In this case, it again is your voter, who is our customer, right? That's the mentality we have to have. Then we're going to be missing the boat. We can't just talk about principles. Principles alone don't sell. That's just like selling a feature or benefit. You can't sell a principle and expect somebody to say, like, you know what? That's a great principle. I'm going to buy that alone. Maybe you'll get a handful of folks, but guess what? That's what we have right now. A handful of folks. The features benefits approach to liberty has not worked. Reason being is because it only speaks to that very small select group of folks who are looking for feature benefit solutions. There are folks who, yes, appreciate features and benefits, but they want to see the meaning attached to them. So that goes into number 4. We have to make it personal. Tie that meaning to your real person. Tell stories. Make it so your average person isn't just hearing you talk about theory or economics or some great book you read. Good grief, guys. Make it real. Tell the stories of folks who have been positively impacted by your approach to solving these problems, but also tell the horror stories of folks who have gone through and had to suffer at the hands of government overreach, government overburdened regulation, and tell those stories. Make it so your average person can hear their story, themselves, their family, their friends, and in that story. And that's how, when you can attach that real personal connection to the meaning, make it so it makes sense. You want the person not to say, you're right. You want them to say, that's right. Once you get them on board with the understanding of why it makes sense, you get the aha light bulb moment, then it's now a matter of getting them to confess, yes, Mr. Libertarian, you have all the right ideas. You are right. You want them to understand it, to connect with it, to see the meaning, and to see the personal connection of how this applies to them specifically. So with all that, let's go through again. Number 1, define that audience, but also number 2, find your common thread. 3, identify what and why it's important to them. And then number 4, make it personal. These are the 4 steps you can implement to help get people to move away from their political status quo or apathy. Folks, I hope you got some value from today's episode. If you did, I'm going to ask you first and foremost to do me a favor, and that is go to briannicholsshow.com/support. Help us grow. You can either do so by doing a one-time PayPal donation. It goes right back in here to the program. $5, $20, $100, whatever you can do. I appreciate it. Or if you want to become a super fan, you can be one of our monthly supporting listeners at only $5 a month. You go over to our Patreon there. Both links are available for you to click on over at briannicholsshow.com/support. I greatly appreciate all the love and support we've already received from you folks. And yes, this is truly what helps us keep the lights on here at the Brian Nichols Show. And also, I can't do that without your support and helping share the show to help grow our audience. So with that, please go ahead, give today's episode a share. And when you do, please be sure to go ahead and give yours truly a tag at B Nichols Liberty. And if you haven't had the chance yet, if you've been listening to the program and you're getting some value and you want to go ahead and maybe give us a 5-star rating and review, I would greatly appreciate that as well. Head to briannicholsshow.com/reviews, where you can go ahead and leave your 5-star rating and review. Tell folks why you listen to the program, right? I know I have quite literally tens of thousands of you out there who listen to the show every single month. Please, I'd like to hear what it is that you're getting from the show in particular of value. So give us a review. Tell us what you're finding value in, or if you're a little shy, hey, no worries. You can email me, brian@briannicholsshow.com. I love to hear from you as well. So other than that, folks, I'm going to go ahead and include yesterday's episode. We had a great conversation with a dear friend, and that is the one and only 2020 VP candidate Spike Cohen. He joined us here on the Brian Nichols Show, and we were talking about building a culture of liberty and why it's so important for us, yes, to in fact build that culture of liberty. If you want to go ahead and check out that episode, I'll go ahead and include that. Actually, that wasn't yesterday's episode. I'm sorry. That was our episode over on Tuesday. I am going to include that, though. Yesterday's episode was a great re-air. We had Scott Bayer over on the program from Market Urbanism, and he talked about how we could help save our cities. So don't worry, folks. If you want to find all these great episodes, and trust me, we have almost 600 episodes at this point, you can go ahead and check out. All of them can be found over at briannicholsshow.com/episodes, or you can just go to the homepage, all the links and everything right there on the homepage at briannicholsshow.com. But that's where you can go ahead and find, yes, I said all 600 episodes of the program. My goodness, it's crazy that we're already almost up to 600 episodes. But yeah, we've been doing that because I've been hearing from you guys. You love the content. You love the guests. You love that we've been doing things with a kind of a different approach here. We'll do some sales training. We'll do some interviews. We'll have folks on the program who they themselves are, business leaders and bringing solutions to the table. Maybe they're running for office. So we've had a lot of different folks in the program, and I'm so excited to do that because it gives us a chance to network, ourselves to their audiences and frankly, reach more people with the ideas that we're promoting here on the Brian Nichols Show of, yes, meeting people where they're at on the issues they care about. But also, number two, I'm finding that as we're able to do more of the sales trainings and still consistently focus on how we can, actually be successful in going out having these conversations, that with that, we're being more effective in the conversations we're having. So thank you, folks, for not only joining us here on the program, being a part of this audience, but also thank you for the love and support. I greatly appreciate it. I could not do it without you. I wouldn't do it without you. So I thank you again from the bottom of my heart. And with that being said, thank you guys for joining me on today's episode. Don't worry, we're going to go ahead and get things figured out for our guests that we are supposed to have here today. But make sure you hit your subscribe button over wherever it is you're joining us, whether you're on your podcast catcher. If that's the case, make sure, of course, you've hit the notification button on your phone. So every time a new episode drops, it instantly hits your RSS feed. Join us over on YouTube, Odyssey. You can hit the subscribe button over there, and also make sure that you hit that little notification bell so you're notified every time we go live. And tomorrow, we have a great guest returning. That is the one and only U.S. Senate candidate here in Indiana, James Seniak. I'm excited to have him back in the program, and actually, he's a guy who's become a pretty good friend over the past few months of me being out here in Indiana. So looking forward to catching up with James, and make sure, again, folks, if you have not had the chance yet, hit that subscribe button. But with that being said, it's Brian Nichols signing off here on The Brian Nichols Show. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks for listening to The Brian Nichols Show. Find more episodes at briannicholsshow.com.